The following program contains adult language, poor taste in jokes, racial slurs, political slurs, slants, and all sorts of things that, if you are sensitive and have a delicate constitution, you should probably go watch Teletubbies. You were warned.
Hey kids, welcome back to Roto Talk.
Welcome back. So, I'm doing a little bit of a retort because I learned something from a guy that I subscribe to. Let me get his website here. Okay. So, a guy that I subscribe to, Twisted Logic RC Boats. Okay, I'll put his link to his channel right there. He's got some cool stuff. Looks like I don't know him personally. He's more of a fiberglass. He's into the fiberglass boats. Got some really nice boat footage on there. Check his channel out. Seems like a cool cat. Anyway, he had responded to my video yesterday about the coil relocation thing, and he said, hey, that's a Bonzi Head. First, he didn't appreciate me calling the guy a jackass who designed it because I think he's a friend, which is fair. You know, I'm not trying to insult anybody. It was more of a funny thing than anything. He said that's a Bonzi cooling head on that Gizmo Motors engine, and they make a special coil relocating bracket for it, which I did not know. I shop on Gizmo all the time, but I don't pay much attention to coil relocation kits, so I did learn something with that. Pretty cool. So thank you for that, brother. But, however, I still say it's a jackass design. And I'm going to show you why, okay? And your buddy... Oh, your buddy might be the coolest dude in the world. I'm not. It's not meant to be derogatory. All right. The reason I think it's kind of dumb, and I think Gizmo might have agreed with me. They might have had complaints about it before because they don't use this head anymore on their custom engines. At least not that I know of. So there's two things that I don't like about this head. Maybe three. It looks cool. I like that it's billet aluminum and it's milled out. Looks real cool. It's got cooling vents for air, which is nice, and it's liquid cooled, which is better than and pay attention to that because that's better than the Zenoa, because you actually have some air fins on here too, which I never understood why they didn't do that. A Zenoa head's perfectly smooth. So will get you a little bit of air circulation and water, which I think is killer. That, for right there, I think that's worth it. The thing I don't like is I took my homemade relocation clamp off, and I put on the one that you get most everywhere. This works on every Zenoa engine, Tiger King, whatever. I put it on all of them, and it works without fail. I think it's stupid that you have to buy a special bracket to use a different head or a different engine if you're using one of their engines. I think it's because all you have to do, see this? It fits perfect if you take these off. All you have to do is put 90-degree fittings on here that go straight up, and this would work fine with any old bracket. And I mean, if they still want to make a bracket, see, it doesn't fit. If they still want to make their own custom bracket for Bonzi, fine. But you'd have a better product if you just literally put a 90-degree fitting on there. So I'm going to order a couple. Zip Kits has them. I'm going to order, Gizmo probably does too. I'm going to order a couple 90-degree fittings, and bing, we're done. The other thing, so why wouldn't you do that instead of going through all the hassle? Now, yes, maybe it's marketing, they just want to sell you parts, possibly. That is being an engineer myself, a pretty basic thing to modify. You know, it's like, if you like this head that much, fair play, then just put some 90s on the back instead of going through all this hassle. Now, the other thing I think is kind of overkill about this head, not saying it's bad for this, but having two inputs and two outputs is stupid, I think. If you're running proper water cooling, I have had hundreds of gas boats. I literally have 17 of them behind me, and I run in hot water. My lake is normally pretty warm in the summer, and I run in freezing cold water, and I have never had an engine heating problem. And I run modified engines, red lines and ESPs and things like that. The thing I don't like about this situation here not that it's a showstopper, it's really not. But the thing I don't like about it is you need 2 inputs, you need 2 outputs just for the head. Normally you would have 2 inputs, one for your header, one for your head, 2 outputs, one for your head, one for your header. And Tiger King does this too. And if you guys out there can tell me why Tiger King does that, theirs is really weird. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4. Never figured that one out. But this, it's not going to. I guess if you took both your rudder pickups and put them in, would it get more cooling in and out? I think it's so negligible, it's not worth it. To me, it just makes it more of a headache to run your cooling lines because it's not needed. It really isn't. So what I probably will do, to be honest, is I'll take one out of each side and plug it. It's not needed. I mean, if you know anything about the characteristics of flow versus pressure, it's so negligible, it's not worth doing. The other thing that I noticed on this just today by taking this thing apart is, and this isn't detrimental either, okay, this is just what I'm finding out on this head, is they don't put washers or O-rings on the fittings of this. They do put thread lock on it, so don't get me wrong. It's not gonna, you shouldn't have a leak. All right, I'm not saying it's, oh, this is a design defect. It's not, I guess. I think I'd rather see O-rings on there, but you know, it's just one of those little nuances about head versus head, meaning Zenoa stock. But again, I love this head for the fact it's got some air cooling on it. That's killer. Now, the other thing I don't like about this head, and I know this is a stupid video, but I'm trying to, my friend that, well, we're not really friends, but the guy that I kind of talked to, you know, he really defended this thing, and fair play, you know, if he likes it, great, that's fine. But I think it's really kind of dumb having them front and back. I don't like that. Because front and back, front's fine, I suppose, but it's really better to do it this way, because if this is the rear of your boat, most people, not all, and I'm included in that, most people put their water outputs to the port side of the boat. Okay, the left side of the boat. That way when you're running in circles right, you can see if your water's coming out. If it's like this, it just makes for there's another bend you have to worry about in your water lines. Is it critical? No. But it would eliminate this whole problem if they just put them here and here. What's the difference? There's absolutely, you know, the only difference is it's going to be a nicer, cleaner layout. Having your water lines out here, you're still going to have to curve it. If you use cheap water lines, they could get kinked. You could fry your head. Will it? Nah, it's fine. But why not have just done it like that? Because you always flow from bottom to top. You know, come on, guys, not that hard. It's and yeah, you'd still have a little bit of a curve there, but not nearly as extreme, where this would come right out. So I don't know, that's just my opinion. So I will order some 90 degrees. I'm just going to use the stock coil relocator, or not stock, but machined one, and I'll just order some fittings. I'll probably plug one of these up because it's, again, kind of silly. So I guess you could recirculate it too. You could have one coming in, out, and then back in, then out. Just more weight, more tubes to play with. So anyway, that's my 2 cents. So I did learn something. He told me they make a special bracket for this. Great. Or you could just change one tiny little design thing and not have to worry about ancillary brackets. But either way, keep dry side up, kids. Bye.
Shout out.